It's interesting stuff, I guess. Let's look at the sex-linked example, which is a good example. I'll show you how to write this out. We'll go over this a little bit in class, but this is really interesting stuff, and it's good to learn it. If you are XX, are you boy or girl? Girl. Okay, awesome. And if you're XY, you are for sure a boy. Now, a lot of sex-linked characteristics are actually X-linked. I've never seen a Y-linked characteristic because its inheritance model is so simple. If it's Y-linked, then ladies aren't affected, and guys get it exclusively from their dad. But sex-linked inheritance is a little bit different because sex-linked could be something, X-linked could be in both boys and girls because we both have an X, right? Since girls don't have a Y, then we really couldn't do anything about Y linkage. It says the genes for hemophilia are located on the X chromosome, so right away we know it's X linkage. List the possible genotypes and phenotypes of the children from a man of normal blood clotting, so normal, and a woman who is a carrier, and of course you need to keep track of what sex the children are. Okay. Now we do need to know that hemophilia, correct? It says the man is normal. Hemophilia is a recessive issue. Okay. So if the lady, it says, if the lady is a carrier, we could put the lady over here and the husband over here. It says the man is a normal clotter, correct? Okay, so I'll use T's, and since it's a recessive issue, to have the problem, you've got to have the small t. Since he's normal, I'm going to write big T right up by his X. See how I did that?
Just write C on the carrier.
You could if you wanted to.
I want to make sure that was true.
It's whichever way your mind can wrap around it. Now, since the lady's a carrier, so does she have this issue?
Wait,
No.
so the man has the issue and the
Nope,
woman
the woman doesn't. The man doesn't. It says, yeah, it says, man is normal for blood clotting. So normal would be X big T.
Oh,
Now, did I write anything by the Y?
no,
Because
not
this is
on the
this
one.
is this is an X chromosome. Now you can see like the way that it is for guys. What if the guy was X baby T? Then he would have the issue, right? So you see how it's like so delicate for guys. It's like either on or off. There's no option.
Yeah.
It's like you inherit, and so you blame this on your mom. Really, it's like that's why like you see a lot of traits that are your mom was a carrier and then it's passed on to the son, because a lot of times those issues are X-linked. Okay, but the lady was a carrier, so I could write X big T and X little t. Right there, correct?
Yeah.
So then we just do this normal cross. It's just with a little bit more letters now. X big T and X big T. So here we have a daughter that is normal and not a carrier. Right below that we have a daughter that is normal but is a carrier, just like her mother is. A son that's fine, just like his father. And then a son that is certainly not fine,
Oh god.
right? Getting it from his mom. Correct? So I would say 50% of the females, and this is where the wording can get tricky. 50% of the females are normal.
And 25% of females are carriers.
Actually, 50% of the females, because your females are only on this side.
Yeah.
So one is normal and one is a carrier.
Oh, I did.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's cool. And then I would say 50% of the males are normal. I know, because you want to put 25%, don't you?
No, for the first one, why wouldn't all of the females be normal?
Because one
Well,
of them's like a
that,
carrier.
they are all normal, but only I could say normal, and then 50% females are normal but a carrier.
Okay.
Are normal but are carriers.
But then I still don't know why the top one would be, because they're both normal, even though the second daughter has like the carrier.
Yes. So I mean, like, it a lot of it depends. Like this, the way this question was asked was very ambiguous, and usually the AP exam or an exam from me will be like more straightforward. A good question from me would be like, what's the percentage chance of these two people having a daughter that is a carrier?
Okay.
25%. What's the chance of them having a boy? I didn't specify anything, did I? 50%. What's the chance of them having a boy that has this issue? 25%. Right? What's the chance that their children either have the issue or are carriers? 50%. Their bottom two children. So it's really all about doing your Punnett score, whether it be in your head or on paper. For these, I do have to do them on paper. I would say, do it if no one's watching. And then I would say 50% of the males are having the issue. They have hemophilia.
100% of females are normal. Would it be wrong?
I think you would be fine because this question was a little ambiguous. 100% of females are not affected, and 50% of females are carriers. 50% of males are carriers. 50% of males have the issue. Chance of having a boy, 50%. Girl, 50%. Chance of having a boy that is having hemophilia, 25%. So it's all about the prompt. Cool. Let's move forward. These are good questions too. So we'll just do some of these if you want, or not. But yeah, probably we can. I mean, we can go through whatever of these you want to. Has anyone looked at this stuff? Cool. How about 3B? Well, let's run through that just to get some diversity in the problems that we're doing. What's the chance of producing little a, little b from all of this stuff?
What's this?
Which question?
Deep is 50%.
What's the probability of getting the gamete AB from each of the following parents?
For D?
For B,
Oh, 50%.
I'd say 50%. It's a guarantee that you're going to get the A correct. Like little a is, you're guaranteed to have little a. That little b, that's 50% chance.
Is that the one on the quiz when you're like, find like the A? You're like, okay, so like it'd be like 1/2 times 1.
In a way, yeah, and that's what this comes out to be. Like in the case of D, you start with big A, right? What's the chance of getting a little a from that?
0.
So right away the answer is going to be 0.
Mr. Fields' question 4 is cut off.
Do it.
Just read question 4.
They're just asking about a test cross. So we can skip it. So for all those watching the YouTube video, you can just skip 4 on the bottom. All they're really wanting is a test cross. I think we understand the concept.
Question ends with the word would.
I know. I'm sorry for that.
You have to give them.
There.
Appreciate it.
It's like when you leave only the opening parentheses on a page, and then for the whole rest of the day you're waiting for the parentheses to close.
Do I do that?
It's incredibly stressful. No, but other people do.
Oh,
I haven't seen you do it.
I did misspell the term allele this morning.
I did. I pointed that out.
Man, allele. I was so tired this morning. My bad. Let's look at some of these. These are cute little questions. Like, let's look at maybe the third, because number 3 is a good number, I think. And then the fourth one, right after it. Just to get some diversity in our questions today. Yeah, I kind of felt bad about putting the word allele. I don't know what was happening this morning.
When is this packet due Tuesday?
Weather permitting. Oh, you'll come. You're going to turn in this packet. And it's going to be done. You're going to make a special trip down to Mr. Fields' room to turn this packet in. I think I see every class too, don't I, except the 4th?
Exactly.
Where are y'all going to be at?
Well,
We just don't come to court.
Partying.
because 4th is lunch period, and then we get here at 1.
Come eat your lunch in this room.
3, 5, 6, 7.
We got sinks. We have a sink. You can eat your lunch in here.
What does the sink have to do with my lunch?
Wash your hands.
Oh. What about hand sanitizer?
Mr.
We
Fields,
could
would
just go
you
that
be
way.
here before?
Probably. I'm here all the time.
So, we'll be here at 12-ish.
Why? Maybe.
Lunch party?
You're not going to finish this.
Yeah,
I'll
we
make
could.
sandwiches.
Yeah, bring your sandwich food. Okay.
And we
Um,
bring sandwiches for all of us. She loves making sandwiches.
Mhm.
I do. I make it for my brother-in-law, his friend.
Really?
So let's see. We're trying to make the offspring phenotype. Okay, so what's the chance of making big A? And you hopefully you can do this in your head.
25%.
So 1/4. And what's the chance of making big B? 1/2. Yeah, so that'd be 1/8. Cool. And how about for the next one? What's the chance of making little a?
20.
Yeah, 0. So right away the answer's gotta be 0. Cool. This is fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
High fives exchanged in the back of the room. Go Mustangs. Okay. I think we could do, I think y'all would be really good with a lot of this stuff. This is a lot like the first page. It's just trying to keep it more mental. And then to pedigrees. These, I don't really know. This is such a hard concept to teach. It really just takes some figuring out. There are a couple of tricks that you might get under your belt today. This is just a different type of beast almost. The first thing to mention is that on this worksheet you have the option. There are some cases where it can be more than one style. So like in the choices of A through E for this first one, it could be more than one. On the AP exam though, they'll be designed in such a way that there could only be one correct answer, right? Now we always have a great way to know if something is Y-linked, correct? If it's Y-linked, the dad has it and all the subsequent sons have it, right? Yeah, okay, awesome. Now usually, is it male or female that's in the boxes? Usually the male's in the box and the female's in the circle. So, right? Okay. Wow. Okay, we'll go with that, I guess. Some people take offense to that, but it's all good. Okay. Let's go through this and let's see exactly what could be possibly what could be the issue here. The first thing I would see is let's look at autosomal recessive because that's one that's always fairly easily done. If someone is autosomally recessive having an issue, then they would be little t, for sure. Could this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is possible that none of these other guys are little t. They could be big T, little t's, and then big T. They could be homozygous dominant and heterozygotes. It could be possible, but only if these two parents were both what? Carriers and heterozygotes, right. So I would say this is possible, but if you got this mix of mom and dad. Now, could this, though, be autosomally dominant?